Welcome back to Mr. Darkman TV. I'm your host, Hamza Sabir, and today we're diving into an epic royal chapter that has captured the imagination of millions. Buckle up, royal enthusiasts, because what happened on June 13, 2025, inside the sacred halls of Drottningholm Palace was nothing short of electrifying. From glittering crowns to emotional legacies, from ancient traditions to youthful promise, this is not just the christening of a princess. So before we step into the golden corridors of Swedish royalty, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because this is Mr. Darkman TV, and we don't just tell stories, we bring them to life with thunder. The sun rose over Stockholm with an almost divine glow, a celestial blessing cast upon a kingdom steeped in legacy. June 13, 2025, wasn't just another day in Sweden. It marked exactly 10 years since Prince Carl Philip of Sweden and Princess Sofia vowed eternal love in a grand wedding spectacle. But fate had written yet another glorious chapter for the royal couple. For on this very same day, beneath the heavenly drenched skies, they returned to the chapel of Drottningholm Palace not as newlyweds, but as proud parents of four, to christen their first daughter, the radiant Princess Ines Marie Lilian Silvia, Duchess of Västerbotten. As the palace gates opened, the sounds of trumpets echoed through the royal grounds, summoning nobles, dignitaries, family, and honored guests. The occasion? A moment that would ripple through the royal timeline of Sweden forever. Inside the Golden Dome Chapel, ancient tapestries swayed gently as if whispering secrets from generations past. The air buzzed not just with electricity but with deep emotion. Princess Sofia, dressed in a resplendent yellow gown symbolizing light, hope, and maternal grace, held little Ines with reverence. The infant, wrapped in a centuries-old christening gown first worn in 1906 by Prince Gustav Adolf, was a vision of innocence and royal continuity. Prince Carl Philip, striking in his uniform, stood tall beside them, his eyes reflecting the pride of a father and the soul of a son carrying the legacy of monarchs before him. Draped across Princess Sofia's elegant shoulders was the king's royal family order, a glowing ribbon of honor. But it was her earrings, delicate diamond drops once belonging to Queen Victoria, that glinted like stardust. She had worn them a decade ago on her wedding day. Now, they sparkled anew in a moment of maternal triumph. And then came the first thunderbolt. Among the 5 godparents selected for Princess Ines, one stood out like a comet blazing through a twilight sky. She was young, graceful, and destined for the throne. Princess Estelle of Sweden, aged 13, served as godmother for the very first time. In a world of pomp and protocol, her presence as godmother was nothing short of explosive. She wasn't just family, she was the future queen. Wearing a blush pink dress adorned with delicate florals and heart-shaped diamond earrings that shimmered like promise, Estelle embodied the next chapter of royal brilliance. Beside her hung a necklace believed to be from Van Cleef and Arpels, peeking through like a whisper of modern royalty laced with timeless charm. As Bishop Johan Dalman and royal chaplain Michael Jerkegen poured the holy water over Ines' brow, the chapel fell into an ethereal silence. At that moment, with her cousin's tiny eyes blinking toward the heavens, Estelle's own journey from heir to guardian began. No royal christening would be complete without spectacle, and Sweden delivered in radiant fashion. Displayed under the grand altar, surrounded by flickering candlelight, sat one of the kingdom's most sacred regalia, Princess Sofia Albertina's crown. Its golden frame and intricate gemwork weren't just historic, they were mystical, casting a glow upon the sacred waters and into the very soul of the moment. Outside, as Ines was declared under the royal insignia of the Order of the Seraphim, gifted to her by her grandfather, King Carl XVI Gustav, a volley of 21 royal cannons thundered across the skies. Birds scattered, crowds cheered, and Sweden stood still in awe. Inside the palace, every corner shimmered with noble bloodlines. Crown Princess Victoria, in her floral gown and blue headpiece, wore her father's royal family order with dignified elegance. Her earrings, a lush mix of diamonds and white pearls, swirled like the petals of spring, a nod to her strength and grace. Princess Madeline, glowing in lavender, arrived with her husband, Christopher O'Neill. Her jewelry was bold, pink floral statement earrings and gold diamond stacked bracelets, a symbol of her free spirit and passion. Queen Silvia, ever radiant, dazzled in cream and green with multi-hued pearls dancing on her neck. Her diamond bow brooch, pinned to her jacket, glistened with the wisdom of decades. And then, the camera panned to a lesser-known face, Princess Christina, the king's sister. Dressed in striking monochrome, her jewelry matched her elegance, black beads and white pearls, a harmony of contrasts. As the sun began its descent, the family emerged onto the palace steps for the official photograph, a living tapestry of the Bernadotte dynasty and the Heltvist legacy. Princess Estelle stood with the other godparents beside little Ines, while the royal grandchildren Alexander, Gabriel, Julian, Leonore, Oscar, Adrian, and Nicholas gathered like precious gems at the base of the family tree. It was a moment immortalized not just by the camera lens but by the weight of lineage, love, and the silent vow to carry the crown with honor. As the guests departed, and the laughter from the reception slowly faded into the velvet night, Princess Sophia returned to Ines' cradle. Her fingers brushed against the heirloom lace, and her heart whispered thanks. A decade ago, she had been doubted, scrutinized, and judged. But now, she stood as the embodiment of royal resilience. Beside her, Carl Philip placed a hand on her shoulder, a silent promise, a royal pledge. This wasn't just a christening. It was the ignition of a new legacy, the spark of a daughter's destiny in a kingdom that had just begun to dream again. And thus, as moonlight poured through the palace windows, the tale of Princess Ines was written not in ink, but in diamonds, velvet, tradition, and love. And there you have it, royal watchers, the sensational, soul-stirring, gem-studded saga of Princess Ines' christening. From royal regalia to heavenly heirlooms, from a rising queen to an enduring love story, this event shook the halls of monarchy and etched a new chapter in Sweden's royal diary. So if you loved every sparkling detail, every diamond-dusted revelation, and every thunderclap of legacy, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell, because here on Mr. Darkman TV, hosted by your one and only Hamza Sabir, the crown never stops shining, and neither do we. Stay royal. Stay curious. Stay bold.